Welcome to the Utilita Arena, Birmingham, the venue that for a 30th consecutive year has played host to the YONEX All England Championships. And this is the 113th edition of this tournament, which makes it the oldest and most prestigious international tournament in the sport of badminton. And this tournament is also the second of 4 Super 1000 events on the HSBC BWF World Tour. And as part of the World Tour, as is tradition, we have the World Tour Finals trophy brought into the arena. And the World Tour Finals is just for the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines, determined by the results of all World Tour tournaments throughout the year. Well, it's finals day today, and all 5 finals for you, starting this morning with women's doubles. And Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, the Olympic bronze medalists and World Championship silver medalists, take on Baek Na and Lee So-hee in their 4th final in only their 6th tournament together. Then it's mixed doubles, and Sheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong, the reigning and 3-time world champions, in their 3rd All England final as a pair. They take on the 2 left-handers from Korea, So Seung-jae and Che Yu-jung. Then it's women's singles, and Chen Yu-fei, the Olympic champion and winner here 4 years ago, takes on the beaten finalists from last year, Eun Se-young from Korea. Then it's men's doubles, and the world number 1, Zalfian and Ardianto, take on Asan and Setiawan, the 2-time former champions, in their 4th final here. Then we finish with men's singles, and the first all-unseeded men's singles final this century. Li Shifeng in the final when making his debut here at the All England. He's up against the former champion, Shi Yu-chi. Well, with women's doubles being our first final of the day, a chance for us to look at the women's doubles draw. And from quarter-final stage, we only had 4 seeds left, 5 different nationalities though. At semi-final, 2 seeds. They were both in the top half of the draw. And with 2 pairs in the final for the very first time, we're guaranteed a 10th different winner at the 10th All England Championships, 10 consecutive All England Championships, I should say. Well, this is the race to the World Tour Finals, and you can see Kim and Kong are currently at number 5. If they win today's final, they'll go up to number 1. If they lose today's final, only up to number 2. The number 8 pair, the other pair in today's final, well, if they win, they'll go up 2 places. And if they lose today's final, only 1 place will they rise to number 7 on the race to the World Tour Finals.
Let's welcome the players. First up, the number 6 seeds from Korea, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young.
The Olympic bronze medalists, the World Championship silver medalists, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, in their 5th appearance at the All England Championships as a pair. This, their 2nd Super 1000 tournament final.
And let's hear it for their opponents, also from Korea, Baek and Lee So-hee.
The new pairing of Baek and Lee So-hee. They only played 2 tournaments last year, at the end of last year. That was in Denmark and France. They reached the final in Denmark. This is only their 6th ever tournament together, and it's their 4th final. They won last week in Germany, in Mulheim. And they also reached the final of the Thailand Masters, a 300 event. What an amazing start to the partnership. But this, although they're a very new pairing, will be a 3rd meeting between these 2 pairs, and both previous encounters have been won by the new pair of Baek and Lee So-hee.
This is red. One. Baek serve.
So
Kim receive this side.
they have chosen to serve Baek. And Lee So-hee. Lee So-hee, incidentally, is a former champion at the All England. 6 years ago, she won the title with Chan Ye-na, beating Yule and Pedersen of Denmark in the final. But this is Kim So-young. She's 30 years of age. 173 is just over 5'8". And as you can see, they are former world number ones. 3 weeks from the beginning of October last year at number one in the world. They actually went up one place with the ranking earlier this week, up to number 6. Kong Hee-young is the younger of the two at 26, and she's from Daejeon. And this their first final of the year. But my goodness me, what a wonderful route they've had through to today's final. Quarter-final, they beat the reigning world champions in the repeat of the World Championship final last year in Tokyo. Beat the 2019 winners Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan. And then more Chinese opposition in the semi-final. The beaten finalists from last year, Cheng Shuxian and Zheng Wu. That was a very close second game, as you can see, one on their 4th match point opportunity. So to Baek Ha-na, she's 22 years of age. She's the youngest player on court, and that equates to about 5'4½". Now, earlier this week, when the new world rankings were published, they shot up 12 places, having won the German Open last week, to number 20. So it's their highest ranking as a pair. But both of these two have been ranked higher with previous partners. Lee So-hee was number 2 in the world with 2 different partners, both with Chan Ye-na, with whom she won the All England, and with Shin Xiang-chan. 28 years of age from Ulsan. And this, considering they are such a new pairing, it's their first All England Championships.
Ready to play.
Looking at their path through to today's final, and let me draw your attention to the second round, where they beat last year's champions Matsuyama and Shida. Wonderful quarter-final as well against Rahayu, the Olympic champion, and her new partner Ramadanti. Second consecutive year that Jolly and Tulela have been in the All England semi-final, and that's to be highly commended. So our court officials for this first final of the day, and it's always an honour to be selected as match officials for finals day. Haydar Dito of France and Diraj Gunadre from Mauritius. He's the service judge. Well, I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that former Danish head coach Steen Pedersen is sitting alongside me. This should be a tremendous match. We've seen some women's doubles this week that have been absolutely out of this world.
Yeah, there's been some really, really good matches, and there's going to be a fight for revenge for Kim and Kong. So very difficult to call it, even though most people might think.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and Baek is the favorite.
on my right, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, Korea. And on my left, Baek Ha-na and Lee So-hee, Korea. Baek Ha-na to serve to Kim So-young. Love all. Play.
So the women's doubles final gets underway. This is the 4th All-Korean women's doubles final at the All England Championships in the 113th edition. It's the first All-Korean women's doubles final for 29 years. Oh, good play.
Service over.
Lee So-hee taking command of the rally. 29 shots isn't bad for an opening rally, is it? Yeah. Good placement of the smash. Aiming towards the right shoulder for Baek. Yeah. Slightly flatter. Oh, goodness gracious, she tried to play that with a backhand grip. Oh, great interception.
2,
Kong Hee-young.
1.
Crikey, how many hand signals was that?
I think there are 3.
So where they're going to serve, where they're going to move, and what you've got to cover, I suppose. Yeah, that's quick forward. My goodness, Kim So-young.
1.
We called their quarter-final, didn't we, against the reigning and 3-time world champions, Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan. And I remember distinctly you saying it's one of the best women's doubles matches you've ever watched.
Yeah. And I think we have to commend Lee Kyung-won, the Korean coach, who made a bold decision to split her top pair, Lee So-hee and Shin Sung-chan, the pair who had basically been instrumental in winning the Uber Cup for South Korea by defeating Chen and Jia in that Uber Cup final, the first ever victory against them. But she split them and she's tried out different combinations, and she says all players have different skills, and I want to find out who forms the most competitive pair in terms of other nations, and I really like that approach, and playing an all-Korean, all-England final here, that's just amazing. And I also think that we've seen development. For instance, Lee So-hee has taken a lot more responsibility on the front court when playing with Baek than we saw her do with Shin Sung-chan. It was often Shin Sung-chan who was sort of running the rallies and supposed to score the points for that combination. Here, Lee So-hee has a lot more responsibility, and I think she's developed as a player. Same goes on the other side. That's not a new combination, but we've talked about it earlier on that Kong Hee-young has developed her game on the front court, and I also think that Kim So-young is a bit better from the back court. You see, they're really not afraid to fire some smashes away, and they're dangerous now in both formations, and that makes it difficult to put a strategy together against them.
Well, that smash there from Kong Hee-young was millimetre perfect. 7 straight points. That was loose. Yeah, lovely change of pace from Kim So-young.
And a little deception with the arm there, threatening a push before blocking it. You see that?
Yeah. Lovely disguise.
Had that not been there, then there's a good chance that either Lee or Baek had gotten to it.
Service fault called too high. Called on Kong Hee-young. The whole of the shuttle must be struck below 1.15 metre.
2-8.
She's hitting with the drift. Shuttle flying a little bit faster.
3-8.
Coming towards us, all of us, as we're looking down on the court during the rally. And that's why that's going out the back. Oh, that was a good punch clear. What a rally. Good angle. Brilliant. What a rally. The attacking play switching from one pair to the other, and quite clearly the longest rally of the match so far. That rally extended with wonderful defence, I think, from Baek. It's unclear who actually hit it.
Yeah. Probably the Koreans in pink. Is it pink or red?
I think it's dark pink.
Yeah. Probably the best defense in women's doubles, in my opinion, at the moment.
11-3. Interval.
So to the mid-game interval, and it's a very healthy 8-point advantage to the number 6 seeds, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong. Now, because both pairs from Korea, the Korean coach has left the players to their own devices. And with Lee So-hee, there she is, just having a drink at the moment, having won the All England title previously with Chang Ye-na. Quick question for you, Steen. The last women's doubles player to win the All England women's doubles title with 2 different partners.
Ooh. 2 different partners.
11-3.
So the players return to court. And yes, that's a tricky one, isn't it? The last women's doubles player to win the All England title with 2 different partners. Which, of course, is what Lee So-hee is trying to do today.
12-3.
Tang Yun-ting won, but who was her partner? I'll go with Yu Yang. I don't think it's correct, but Yu Yang.
That's absolutely correct. Yu Yang won in 2010 with Du Jing, and then won 3 titles with Wang Xiaoli. Yeah, that was half-pace smash. And there was no power for the defender to feed off on her defensive shot. That's clever play. And it was good placement, helped the forehand side.
Outside of the body. And for the ones who's played one of these 2 pairs or lost to them recently, this is a good chance to get an idea on how to proceed in the future, because they know each other so well. So there's another inspiration to get from watching this match and see how are they trying to outmaneuver each other. Maybe that could be emulated for other pairs playing in the future. I think Lee So-hee and Baek deliberately have taken a bit defensive approach here in the first game there. Especially Baek is not the hardest hitter, so killing it, playing against the drift, that's going to be tough for an entire game.
Oh,
Oy,
great
fantastic.
drive defense from Kim. And then blocks and moves forward. A real lesson in how to turn defensive play into attack. Either drive the shuttle back or block it to the net and move forward. Now it's nice play by Kim and Kong. Yeah, a couple of half smashes. Emphasises your point, Sting. Yeah, well left. The call was from Kong Gi-yong to her partner to leave it.
15,
And it was a wise
4.
call.
It's going pretty easy for Kim and Kong here in the first game. That could be decisive for the match, the way I see it.
Difficult to understand how Kim and Kong actually lost to this pair last week, 18 and 18, the way they're playing at the moment. But I've felt that Kim and Kong have been getting better and better all week. Their form has been improving, and you don't know how players cope with the jet lag when they arrived in Germany.
And the hall is different.
Yeah.
In Germany here, it's a big arena. Germany is smaller, considerably smaller.
Yeah, it was well taken, wasn't it?
And from what I heard, the playing conditions were a bit to the slow side. I don't think that's the case here. I think we have very good playing conditions.
Yeah, so do I. And that's why we've had such terrific matches. Oh, my goodness. She did well there.
Wow.
Yeah. She's really pressurising straight down the backhand side of her opponents, Kim So-young. She played a defensive shot earlier on. It was simply superb. Bad one, my goodness. Scampering backwards and still managed to control it. Clever. Such small margins between success and failure at elite level sport. This block which was a nice idea. Just finding the net. Oh, goodness. A wonderful spinning net shot from Kim So-young, forcing the error. These rallies are of the very highest quality. Look at that defence from Kong Hee-yong. She defended that out of her left armpit.
Yeah. I think Kim and Kong, when they're going for the winners, they're attacking the outer side of their compatriots. The smashes to the body and the smashes to the middle is meant to set up other bigger opportunities.
So a whole host of game point opportunities for Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong. And they only needed the one. 21-5, the opening game.
First game won by
And they
Kim So-young
thoroughly deserved that scoreline, quite frankly, because the way they were attacking and the way they were defending when they had to defend was absolutely superb. 17 minutes for game number one and 21-5.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Second game. Level. Play.
So one game to the good. The number 6 seeds Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong. Oh, got in each other's way. Defense from Kong Hee-yong. Forehand drive across court. That is superb. Well, considering the strengths of Korean women's doubles, Steen, I think it's in a way a little bit surprising that since the inception of the Super Series and World Tour back in 2007, we've only had 2 Korean pairs win the All England title. Of course, talked about Lee So-hee winning in 2017 with Chang Ye-na, and the other time was 2008, 15 years ago. Lee Ho-jung and the now coach Lee Kyung-won.
Yeah, there was a strong pair who was able to challenge the Chinese, who had a stranglehold on women's doubles up until, I would say, 2014, and then they got into problems with some decisions regarding who is in different combinations that I think they regret, and I think they're still struggling with it as of today. But that really opened up the women's doubles, that the Chinese sort of could maintain their level.
Another good rally.
Until the Japanese came forward, Matsu, Tomo and Takahashi around that time.
Well, Japanese pairs, 3 different Japanese pairs won the last 3 All Englands in the women's doubles.
Yeah, and this year, Japanese players in the finals.
Yeah. It was only 2 years ago, wasn't it, that we had 3 all-Japanese finals?
It was. There's some extra story to that year, but
Yeah, you can only beat and play the players that are here.
exactly.
Oh, that's nice. She really does think well. This lady, Kim So-young. Run off to change her racket. She's back on. Kong Hee-young. And they've won the rally. Would you believe it?
5 love.
She had more than enough time.
She threw it rather neatly onto the HSBC bench, didn't she?
Almost could have had a sip of her energy water.
Well, I think that Baek and Lee So-hee need to do something different. Carry on playing like this, and they're going to lose this match in double quick time. Well worked. Yeah. Nice change of pace once more from Kim So-young.
6 love.
So
the question is, Steen, I think Baek and Lee need to do something different, but what?
Yeah, that's a good question. They have to go on the offense more. There's no doubt about it. But it's not like Kim and Kong doesn't have a solid defense. They have a rock solid defense as well. And when they counter, they get opportunities to score points, and that's where it's. I mean, the offense have become much more valuable here because the playing conditions are not slow. Had it been slow playing conditions, then Baek and Lee would have saved a lot more shots and movement on court, solidity in the basic game would be more valuable.
It's looking to me as if Baek and Lee So-hee themselves don't know what to try next.
No.
I think that's the longest rally of this second game.
And that's the only doubt I have in terms of that constellation, Baek and Lee, that it's very rarely that it's defense that wins the very biggest of events, Olympics, World Championships and so on.
Yeah, the women's doubles at one stage was perhaps a bit negative, but it's certainly not any longer. It's all about the attacking play. Of course, you've got to have a good defence. Well, the crowd trying to give Baek Ha-na and Lee So-hee a bit of encouragement, seeing as they've got their first point on the board in this second game. That's gone long.
Service over.
We saw Anders Antonsen yesterday
9-1.
come back from something similar. He was totally out of the first game and down 5-12 or something in the second. Came back and made it a close match.
Yes, 3 times in the second game. He was down 7 points, but still managed to win the game. That was impressive. Well anticipated by Kong.
And that's something we never saw before. We never saw her make those anticipations.
10-1.
She stayed at the back court, left the front court to her partner, but it has made the combination much, much better in my opinion.
Missed it. And 11-1 the advantage to Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young here at the mid-game interval of the second game, having already won the first. They're racing through this. She's asking for the medic.
20 seconds.
I wonder, there's heavy strapping on that right shoulder, and you've already identified that she's not been smashing terribly hard. I wonder if that's more of a problem than we realise.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, the cold spray being applied, Steen, you and I have talked about this on many an occasion. Why do you need the medic on? Why don't you carry your own cold spray in your racket bag?
Yeah.
And then it could all be treated within the mid-game interval.
It could, and I mean, getting the medic on court should be to evaluate the nature of the injury.
Exactly.
And if you're certain that you can play on, then just bring your own cool spray.
Exactly.
And Lee So-hee are set to play next week in Basel in Swiss Open, whilst Kim and Kong are not entered into the Super 300 event.
That's gone wide.
And this is not going to change.
1.
The way I see it, it's simply too big a mountain to climb for
Baek and Lee.
Yeah. I was about to say the winners from last week, but then I came in doubt. But they did win.
Yeah, they did win last week. It was their first title. As a pair, that is.
Yeah.
Service over. 2-13.
It's pretty amazing, though, Steen, that we're guaranteed a 10th different pair winning over the last 10 years at the All England Women's Doubles.
Wow. Yeah.
It's the longest run of different winners in women's doubles in any World Tour event.
That's
tournament.
amazing. I would never have guessed that.
Singapore could equal that because they've had 9 different women's doubles winners over the last 9 years.
Yeah, but here in All England, being the top tier on the World Tour, we've had consistently the best pairs.
Yeah, exactly.
3-13.
Well, that was rather ambitious, that shot from Kong Hee-yong. Well, I suppose when you've got such a lead, you have that luxury.
I don't think they've scored since I said that was not going to change. Good job.
Yeah, rushing the nets.
5-13.
And I think they need to do more of that. I think that either Baek or Lee needs to take the half chances and go forward whenever they can.
Fantastic save.
Oh, it's just wide.
Service over. 14-5.
Did well to get the first one back and then playing the second while she was sitting on the floor. That first one is incredible, sort of a crouch defence there.
Service over.
Completely mistimed it, came off the frame of the racket.
I think they've dropped down in terms of focus, Kim and Kong here. Having such a big lead, it can be difficult to maintain the same readiness.
First service error of the match.
6.
We've had a service fault, but first service error. Put that away with venom.
Service over. 7-15.
Can't see a better block defence than that from Kong Hee-yong. And look how she moves forward as well. So had her opponent got it back, she would be at the net ready to intercept. That is absolutely sublime. Oh, that's nice. Using the mid-court area past the front court player, but shuttle landing in front of the rear court player. Very standard tactics for doubles. Brilliant. What reactions.
And that's just so lovely to see Kong Hee-yong with these actions here, because that means that no player needs to be branded front court player, back court player, strong defense. Anything can be learned if you got the right expertise to help you, if you got the right mindset. You can learn to play.
Yeah. I think Lee So-hee is getting involved now more in the game.
17.
And that's important for the partnership.
Service over. 18-9.
I think Kim and Kong, they've often targeted Baek Hana in the attack.
That's gone long of the back line. And now just 2 points away from the title. Baek Hana's racket, and then it came off
19.
the frame of Kong's racket. If only they'd been playing the attacking style like that earlier in the match.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. And also that it's Lee So-hee who's taking the responsibility.
Good interception at the front of the court once more from Kong Hee-yong. And it's championship points for Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong. Oh, maybe been going wide. Brilliant.
Service over.
But surely it's too little too late.
12-20.
second championship point. It's going to land in. Well, they're all think it's all over, but the line judge called it in. Baek and Lee So-hee were shaking hands.
They were.
They thought they'd already lost.
Yeah.
The other pair was celebrating. Here we go. And it is championship to Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young. 21-5, 21-12, the margin of the victory. A match lasting only 42 minutes.
Match won by Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, 21-12, 21-5.
Confirming the scoreline there of 21-5, 21-12, our umpire. And they thoroughly deserved the victory, there's no question about it, Kim and Kong. But I'm a little bit surprised in how one-sided it was. I was certainly hoping for a match of about an hour and a half with really, really long rallies. We had one at 86 shots, but I'm surprised at that. But all credit to Kim and Kong because they played the right style of game.
Played magnificently. I was more hoping for a match around an hour or so, I have to say. But a good match, and I think we got a good match from Kim and Kong. They were the better pair today. They were not afraid of Baek at all.
Well, that was long by a whisker. So, delights for Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young. They are courtside. Let's hear what the winners have to say.
Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young are the YONEX All England Women's Doubles Champions for 2023. Let's get some reaction through our interpreter, Yong Tak. To you, Kim, first of all, you are the YONEX All England Champions. Try and sum up what that means to you.
전형 오픈 이제 챔피언이 되셨는데 기분을 요약해서 말씀해 주십시오.
좀 솔직히 아직까지 믿기지 않고 뭔가 지금 꿈을 꾸는 것 같은 느낌인 것 같아요.
To be honest, it's an unbelievable feeling, and I feel like it's a dream.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it will be a dream that will sink in over the coming days. Korean women's badminton is clearly very strong currently in the world game. Why is that, do you think?
지금 대한민국 여자 배드민턴이 상당히 강세를 보이고 있는데 왜 그런 것 같나요?
아무래도 저희 그 내부적으로 다 경쟁을 하고 있어서 좀 더 잘하는 것 같은 생각이 드는 것 같아요.
I think it's because we are, internally competing with each other all the time, so that might be the reason.
And just tell us why this event is so special to all the players.
전용 오픈이 모든 배드민턴 선수에게 특별하게 다가오는 이유가 뭘까요?
Can you answer that one?
아무래도 역사가 깊은 대회다 보니까 더 특별하게 이제 선수들한테 다가오는 대회인 것 같아요.
Because the All England tournament is such a prestigious tournament, so that's probably is the reason why it's special to every badminton players.
Thank you for your interpretation skills, Yong Tak, and let's hear it for our women's doubles champions for 2023.
Very well said.
Wonderful champions they are too. Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young.
It is the most prestigious tournament on the World Tour, there's no doubt about it. Well, we will have the prize presentation in just a moment, but the players need to get to the other end of the arena. Well, I think it's fitting that Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young have won this all-Korean battle, having beaten the 2019 winners and the world champions and Olympic silver medalists, Cheng Ching-cheng and Jia Yifan in the quarter-final stage, and then beating the unbeaten finalists from last year in the semi-final. There is confirmation of the score 21-5, 21-12. And only the third Korean pair to win the All England women's doubles title since the inception of the Super Series and now World Tour. Well, Steen, they really have been outstanding throughout the tournament, haven't they, Kim and Kong?
They have. They've played some magnificent badminton, and also a testament to the small margins we always speak about, because they survived a match point in the quarterfinal against the world champions, came back and won it in 3. Excellent tournament for the two Koreans.
And I think what you had identified with Kong Hee-yong and her improvement at the front of the court, I thought, a huge improvement with her backhand drive as well, that she seems to have developed a backhand drive with very little backswing, and it's making a big difference to them as a pair.
Yeah, it's much more difficult to game plan against them.
Yeah, pretty much a full house here at the Utilita Arena in Birmingham.
The victory
So I think we're just about ready for the prize presentation.
Badminton Championships 2023 Women's Doubles. The presentations will be made by IOC member and Deputy President of the Badminton World Federation, Madame Kunying Padama Lise Watrakul, and Executive Officer of YONEX Company Limited, Hiro Ebihara. The YONEX All England Women's Doubles runners-up from Korea, Baek and Lee So-hee.
Well, they should be highly commended. A fourth final in only their 6th tournament together. A final in their very first Super 1000 tournament. Baek receiving her medal first. And Lee So-hee, a former champion here 6 years ago.
The YONEX All England Open Badminton Championships 2023 Women's Doubles winners from Korea, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong.
A second Super 1000 title for Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong. An 8th World Tour title in total. But as they were saying, this the most prized World Tour title for all the players. The history of the event. This All England Championships to badminton, what Wimbledon is to tennis. It's the one everyone wants to win. The winning shuttle presented to the players and the lovely silver platters.
The YONEX All England Open Badminton Women's
So
Doubles
many great
champions,
names on
Kim
those
So-young
trophies.
and Kong Hee-yong.
Well, first final complete, and coming up next is the mixed doubles. It's the reigning and three-time world champions Cheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong up against the Koreans So Seung-jae and Che Yu-jung. So welcome back to the Utilita Arena here in Birmingham. Our next final is the mixed doubles. Cheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong, former champions, against So Seung-jae and Che Yu-jung, the two left-handers from Korea.